2022, and I have moved to 2023. And as a matter of fact, I have started work since November on my 2024 goals. My major goals for 2024, I have started. So I'm already 1 year ahead, and I've done this over the years, in the last 35 years. It's never failed. I even wrote a book concerning it many years ago, Billionaire Goes to School, to document how God has helped us to fulfill our goals as we set them every year. So that's why I'm always passionate about this. But today is no longer about goals. You have set your goals, you have the vision, you know what you want to achieve, you know everything. So today is not about goal setting. Today is not about goal setting. Maybe we can say it is the next thing to what we will say about becoming a goal getter. Now, we have given you strategies, we give you so many things about becoming a goal getter. That's a whole course. We had it some time ago. A book is coming out on that very soon. But today, I just want to tell you 10 ways to bootstrap your life and business against failure. How to bootstrap your life and business against failure in 2023. And this applies every year. This is the first time I'm doing this, but you can apply it any year. Any year it will work. And that's what we're just going to do. It's going to be just a bit of discussion. If you have questions, raise your digital hands. I'm going to be willing to answer those questions as we go on. But if you can be patient, just be patient with me. Ask the question at the end of the session. I promise I want to make this very short and sharp so that you can prepare to pray more. But I want you to pray not just about what you want next year. I want you to pray about how to get it. Because the Bible says, if you acknowledge God in all your ways, He will direct your path. And for Him to direct your path, you must allow Him to put some things in your heart. And that's what we are trying to do in this session. So please bear with us, understand what we're trying to do. And I pray that God is going to help all of us together. I have an unstable internet, so you're going to be a bit patient with me. My major internet system is unstable this afternoon, but just be patient in case it goes off again. Just be patient. We're going to still arrive where we are going. We're going to arrive at where we are going. Okay, so that's how we want to start this. So I have achieved that, and I want you to just be equipped with the 10 things or 10 ways that you can achieve your goals in the new year. And honestly, if you can achieve these goals, even if you have set your goals properly, and you can achieve up to 80%, you would have done very well. And that's what I want to achieve for you this afternoon. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Okay, so 10 ways to bootstrap your life and business against failure. What it means to bootstrap basically means make sure you tie yourself in a way that you don't drop off, or your business does not collapse, or your life does not collapse. That's the summary. But it could also mean trying to use what you have to get what you want. And that is what I do 24/7 as a productivity consultant and as a maximizer, as a productivity coach. All I do in my life is helping people to maximize their results with available resources. So we are bootstrapping. So that whatever it is, we're going to make sure we succeed. There's no excuse for failure in every area, whether in marriage, ministry, business, career. There's no excuse for failure, because failure is not an option for us. So the first thing is preparation. A lot of us ought to have prepared by now. Please help me mute your microphone if you're not the one speaking. Just mute your microphone if you're not the one speaking, so that we have a good time together. Now, if you have been thinking about 2023, it means you have been preparing. To prepare means that you are getting ready. You are considering the things that you need to do and how to do them concerning 2023. So we believe that's what we are even doing now. So for me, this is the final preparation for 2023. So that's what preparation means. And for me, there are 9 elements about preparation for the next year. For year 2023, there are 9 elements of preparation. The first thing for me, as a child of God, as a Christian, is prayer. And like I've said before, there has been researches done with reports that 56% of billionaires in the world are Christians. 56% of billionaires in the world are Christians. So don't allow anybody to fool you that prayer does not work. Prayer also works. It's just that prayer alone does not make you to become successful. But prayer ensures that you get the support that you need. Prayer ensures that the devil and the forces of the earth don't overrun you. Prayer releases the blessings, the help of heaven and earth, the resources to you. Prayer leads you to opportunities. So let nobody deceive you that prayer is not important in success equation. It's a major factor. And I've told people who have listened to us before, Elon, what is his name? This guy, what's his name now? Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg went to an Indian temple when his business was going down to go, and he spent over a month on an Indian temple, in the mountain. He spent a month, and it's because somebody told him, that he needed to go there, and the person who told him was none other than the co-founder of what's it called now? This guy that died, the co-founder of Microsoft. He actually encouraged him to go there. This guy who had cancer and died. He also said before he started business, he actually went to the mountain. So what it means is that you cannot ignore spirituality in success equation. You cannot ignore spirituality. So don't be deceived. You need to be spiritual. And if you're a child of God, hold on to Jesus Christ. Pray for direction, pray for guidance, pray for your eyes to be open, pray for your composture to be in alignment with the composture that is required in the environment of your business and your life. And of course, let God open your eyes to see things that you didn't know before. Because in Jeremiah 33:3, he says he will open your eyes to see the things that you didn't see before, that you did not know before. So that's the first thing. In preparation, you must learn to pray. The second thing is this: you must do your own personal SWOT analysis. What is your personal strength? What is your personal weakness? What is your personal strength? What is your personal weakness? My strength is faith, confidence, intelligence, ability to read, ability to learn very fast. I'm a good speaker. I think very well and I think very fast. Those are my strengths. I can work long hours. Those are my strengths. I'm a creative person. Those are my strengths. I am a courageous person. Those are my strengths. I am a goal getter. Whatever I need to go to get, I commit myself and I don't take no for an answer. Those are my strengths. What are your own strengths as an individual? You need to know your strength. Don't begin to play according to my strength. Play according to your strength. I cannot be a successful trader. I cannot be a successful trader. I have too much emotion and passion for people. I will give out all the things that I sell. I will give them out physically. Because I cannot be selling and somebody needs it and I will say I cannot give. Maybe I can sell luxury products, but I cannot sell basic things. Day-to-day items, I can't sell them. If I sell them, I will make a loss because I am too emotional. That's my weakness. I am emotional. I'm compassionate. I'm a spontaneous person. It has its own good side and it has its own negative side. To be spontaneous, I think on my fingers. When it comes to giving things to people, I don't think. So I give anything that I have. So if I'm going to be selling items that people can pick on the street or on the day-to-day in my shop, I will give them away free. So I won't go into that kind of business. So know your strength, know your weaknesses. Your weaknesses are the things that you know you are not strong. The areas where you are not strong. Some people are not even emotionally strong. Some people procrastinate. I used to be a great procrastinator, but I have understood over time that there's a law of momentum. There is a law of action. And I started practicing the law of momentum action. So if I have an idea, I practice it, I do it there and then. I don't delay. That's because my weakness is procrastination. So if I delay by 1 day, I can delay for 1 year. So I refuse to delay by 1 day. So that's my own weakness. So I have my strength, you know your strength, you know your weakness. Then the opportunity, so your strength and weakness are personal to you. You can control them. But the opportunities are external to you. Don't ever forget. The opportunities are external to you. The opportunities around you. Things that you can take advantage of. Things or people that you can engage to support you. You can enlist their assistance or support to enable you to do what you want to do. Those are opportunities. Those are opportunities, things that are not within you, but they are around you, people around you. What can you do to leverage on them to get what you want to get in life? That's opportunity. So you must also know the opportunity you have. For some of us, the opportunity we have is our family. For some of us, the opportunity we have is our environment, maybe if your community, your neighborhood, your church community, you have people around you there, so it's an opportunity. For some of us, the opportunity we have is that things are changing every day. In Nigeria, the greatest opportunity we have is population. We are over 200 million, and out of that 200 million, over 70% are youths. That's a major opportunity. That's a major opportunity. 140 million, over 140 million Nigerians are below the age of 27. Over 140 Nigerians are below the age of 27. So what it means is this: you have opportunity to do business that will take care of people like that. You can do a ministry, you can run an NGO that can take care of people in that age bracket from age, maybe like age 14 to 26, thereabout. You have opportunity. Then, of course, you have opportunity to get staff. Because there are a lot of young people who are looking for jobs. Unemployment in Nigeria today is an opportunity for some employers here. And it's not a good thing, but it's an opportunity for you. It's an opportunity. And of course, threat. What are the things that are likely to endanger your life or your business or your career? Today, the biggest threat we have is poor economy, unrest, terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, armed robbery, violence everywhere. Those are threats, an unstable political system. Those are all threats. They are external to you. But what can you do about them? Think about them. Then, of course, when we get down the line, you'll see what you're going to do about them. But first, understand that you need to know those threats. And now you can mitigate the threats. If we're talking about banditry, don't go to where bandits are kidnapping people. Don't travel in the evening. Don't travel in the night. Let every member of your family know where you are at every point in time. If you are a married man or a married woman, let your spouse have a tracker on your phone that they can know wherever you are at every point in time. There's a tracker, there's a tracking device. You can put that safety. So you can mitigate that threat. Wherever you go, your husband or your wife or your parents or your siblings, they know where you are. So you can mitigate that threat, for example, so that everybody knows where you are at every point in time. And of course, there is also part of preparation is to have what I call pattern recognition. Recognize the pattern of how God, number one, deals with you, how God deals with you. Number two, how you have been doing things in life and you have been successful. You need to understand those things. How have you been doing things and just being successful on earth on a day-to-day basis? For example, what time of the year do you make money? What time of the year do you have people helping you in the year, in the last 10 years? What season of the year? Is it the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, or the fourth quarter? You need to have that understanding. How does this happen? Who are the people? When do my helpers show up? Or what do I do that attracts favor and help to me? You need to begin to know those things because it's a pattern. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. It's a pattern. There is a story in the Holy Book that a man was sick by the pool called Bethesda, and he said, whenever there was a stirring of the pool, whoever jumps in first gets healed. That was a pattern. So that means there was a connection between stirring of the pool and healing. So you need to understand that pattern in your life, even in your business. If you're a businessman or a businesswoman, you need to know the pattern of your business. I know, for example, as a consultant, main consultancy. In most cases, main consultancy for me, doesn't kick off until sometime in April. And the effectiveness for me is between May and September. So May, June, July, August, September, 5 months. That is the period that I understand my own pattern so far that money comes in. For some people who do public sector, they make a lot of money end of the year in consultancy. And for some of us who do conglomerates, yeah, we get 1 or 2 trainings to do during the year. It's training you do during the end of the year. End of the year, you do more trainings. But consultancies happen from the second quarter and third quarter. That's when consultancy really happens. So the first quarter and the last quarter is training. That's a pattern. So if you understand that pattern in your life, in your own business, understand the pattern. Even as an individual, go and check how you have made money last year. When did you make the highest amount of money? When did you make the lowest amount of money as a businessman? Even as a career person in a paid employment, when were you at your best in the office? When were you most excited to go to work in the year? You need to understand that pattern. If you understand the pattern, then it will work. Then you can also understand the pattern in the country. There's a pattern that you must not ignore. In every election year, which we are entering from tomorrow, the first 4 months, really, nothing happens in the economy because every resource of the government is diverted towards politics, towards electioneering campaign. That's what everybody is focusing on. Now, that is the pattern. But is there enough time for you to sit down? No. You must ask yourself, what will I do in this season? Now, it's a pattern for those who work for government that they don't make money between January and May because the people in government are trying to clean up. The new one is coming in May 29. So most things are going to be very slow and all that. But again, for a businessman, it may not affect you. Why? You can go into publicity because there's a lot of publicity that will be done between now and February. Printing, promotions, media, social media by politicians. Then there's going to be a lot of movement. There's going to be a lot of campaigns at different centers. So if you have a product that you can take to those centers where they are going to be having crusades, in your local government, your senatorial district, or even at the state level, you begin to position. Or even a lot of people they have platforms online today, social media platforms, promoting one candidate or the other. You can jump into that platform once in a while, register and join them as if you are part of them. As they are talking, you talk here, you put your own advert and you run. Before they abuse you, they have seen your product. So those are patterns that you need to understand. Then, of course, the other thing is this: Part of your preparation is pushing from the past to the now. Pushing from the past to the now. The past may not have been beautiful. The past may not have been exciting for you. You may not have been very happy about the past, but you need to understand that you need to push yourself from that past to where you are now. And of course, to where you are going. It's very tough. I've been there. When you face crisis, whether it is financial crisis, I've been there. Whether it is health crisis, I've been there. When you face some major crisis in life, it's as if you never come back again. But you need to learn to push yourself to the now. That is the reality, is that you are no longer where you used to be. A year ago, I was down in the hospital. I couldn't talk. That was my own reality. But I've pushed myself out of that environment. You push yourself out of it. Once upon a time, I was so broke. I was owing so many people. I wanted to commit suicide about 25 years ago. I pushed myself out of that environment. Once upon a time, I woke up one day, my business partner took my business from me. I lost over 100 million naira. I lost a lot of opportunity, a lot of goodwill, a lot of friends, a lot of people stopped talking to me and all that because they were taking sides. But guess what? I refused to stay down. So you must learn to push yourself from yesterday to today, getting ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow is starting tomorrow. Tomorrow is a new beginning of a new week, a new month, a new quarter, a new year, a new season, a new you. So please forget yesterday, forget the pain, forget the disappointment. Somebody offended me yesterday. Somebody didn't help me last week. It doesn't matter anymore. Just push forward. Just push yourself forward. Push from the past to the now, getting ready for the new, which begins tomorrow. Then, of course, protect your dream. Protect your dream. Protect your dream. Protect your dream. Whatever dream you have, it's not about hiding it, but protect it in a way that it cannot be lost. Document it. Document it. Start working on it. Share your dream with people who are dream enablers. Anybody who does not believe in your dream, ignore the person. Move on to the next person who believes your dream. Keep talking about the dream. Keep talking about the dream. When I started the microfinance bank, it took me 18 years of incubating that bank. I worked on it for 18 years. And eventually I succeeded. I became one of the best banks in Nigeria. We even won an award as the best microfinance bank in Nigeria. We were a terror to a lot of banks in Lagos. Because it took 18 years to start, but we started very well. So protect your dream. And of course, protect it in every sense of the word. Be careful about the association you keep. Be careful about your partners. I didn't protect that dream enough. I had a partner who I didn't know had other agenda. So at the end of the day, they took the bank from me. The bank was destroyed in their hands. So I didn't protect that dream enough. But part of your preparation is that upfront, protect your dream legally. Protect your dream spiritually. Protect your dream socially. Get a lawyer, get your agreements, get everything, your memorandum of understanding, get everything, document it. Have a vision book for your dream. And of course, profess your determination through a business plan. Do you have a determination to succeed and you don't have a business plan as a businessman or businesswoman, then you are not ready. Oh, it's in my head, I know what I want to do. No. Not in this age, sir. Not in this age, man. You need to have a business plan, how you want to run that business, the details of the business. If the business grows in the next 5 years or 5 months, what are you going to do? If the business fails in the next 5 months or is failing, what will you do? Who are the people you need? How many staff do you need? How many resources do you need? How many locations do you need to operate in? And all those things. You need all those things because they are very important. They are very important. They are very important if you are going to have to succeed. Mr. Solomon Oli, please, could you mute your microphone? Thank you. So you need to have a business plan. How many staff do I need? And be realistic. Don't be too excited. I run a business that has 17 staff. One day I reduced the staff to 5. Another time I reduced the staff to 3. Now, most of my former staff, they are now like my consultants around the world. I give them the assignment because we are now in an age where you don't need to have overheads. So you must have a business plan. But apart from the business plan, you must also perfect your business model generation. Perfect your business model generation. What does it mean? Apart from a business plan, you need a business model. How are you going to run this business? In what way is your business different from my business? Both of us are selling biscuits, but in what way are we different? We have the same kind of product, we operate in the same environment, but there must be something different about my own model. Your model must be different from my model. That's what we are saying. For example, I'll give you an example. When telecoms companies first arrived in Nigeria, MTN had a business model of catering to the people at the top. Yellow, it was for people at the top. That was their business model. MDs, bankers, executives, those in highbrow areas. So when they were first initially launching their sites, they started from places like Victoria Island, Lagos Island, Abuja, Port Harcourt. They didn't go to Iyanopaja. They didn't go to Alagbado. They went to Ikeja. They stopped there. Then from there, they moved to Port Harcourt. They moved to Warri. They moved to Abuja. But guess what? Econet started the same time. Econet did not look at what MTN was doing. Econet started from Oshodi, Bariga, Iyanopaja, Oshogbo, Ogbomoso, Owerri. You know, they went outside to where they had masses. They focused on the masses. So there's a different business model. MTN focused on the few who had money, but Econet, which is now Airtel, focused on the many that had little money. So Econet was playing the game of numbers, but MTN was playing a game of premium, a game of value. And you remember those days, MTN used to advertise their own as lifestyle. It's about the lifestyle, it's about style. That's what they were advertising, for style. So that was their model. So every business has its own model. So if you don't have a business model generation that you have perfected, you'll be running business like another person, and they are not the same. I'm a management consultant, I'm a productive consultant. I run business. A lot of people will tell you, oh, they have trained 500 people this year. They have done consultancy for 1,000 companies this year. At the end of the day, they don't have anything to show compared to me that does not do for more than 10 companies in the year. My business model, a few that can afford large amount. That's what I focus on. The other ones that I do for SMEs is more like chewing gum. It's just not like chewing gum to buy a charge card and to do some basic things, or even to help charity. SMEs, this 20,000 naira is just to whatever. But the real money comes from dealing with companies that can pay me 10 million naira and above. That's my business model. I do my consultants, you give me 10 million, 20 million, 30 million. That's what makes me happy. I don't chase small money. But some people are perfect in chasing small money. They have many energy. They have many staff. They can run everywhere. I don't run too many ways. My businesses are basically in Lagos, Abuja, London, Los Angeles. That's where my businesses are. UAE, end of story. Just 5 centers. That's where I focus on. And I don't run. Even in Lagos, I don't run after everybody. I just choose just one in the quarter is enough. That's my business model. But there are other consultants. They have about 100 clients. That's their own, they do. But they are doing well. 100 clients, each of the 100 clients, maybe give them 1 million naira. So they make 100 million. I have 10 clients, I get 10 million from each client. All of us are doing the same thing. You must perfect your business model because it's very important. If you don't have a business model, honestly, you are not doing business. If you don't have a business plan, you're not doing business. If you don't have a business model, you're not doing business. And if your business is not registered, you are not doing business at all. So you need a business plan, you need a business model. And I'm going to be running a training on business model generation in January. If you're interested, I will show you so that you will know how to make money with your business from day one to the end. You see the platform, you see the template, how you make money from day one to the end. We will show you that. I'm going to run a training program sometime in January. I think on the 8th of January, thereabout, I'm going to be running for 2 days, business model generation, how you can generate business and how you can attract business, attract customers, make money. Then, of course, you need to learn to prepare a budget. These are all part of your preparation. Prepare a budget. Prepare a budget. What do you want to spend? Where will you get the money to spend? How much money do you want to make? How will you make the money? And when you make the money, what are you going to spend the money on? Your investments, your savings, your investment in the business, because you have to invest in your business. A lot of us, the reason why our business is that we don't have investment in those businesses. Oh, you say, yeah, my business does not need money. Every business needs money. You are the one who does not know. You are making money, and when you make the money, you go and build a house where you are living. It's not a business investment. You have just diverted money from your business. You need to invest in that business. You need to have assets in your business. Your business must have money kept for it in case there is a need for money to be injected into that business. A lot of businesses fail because they don't have assets. So somebody closes business today and it closes because there's nothing in it. They don't even find anything. But some businesses close down and they make, when the owners sell the businesses, they make more money because there's an asset. So please understand that you need to prepare a budget and of course, prepare a work plan. It's not enough to have a budget. It's not enough to have a business plan. A business plan tells you those things that you need to put in place. The people, the process, everything you need to put in place, the resources, how you map them out. Your business model tells you how you will attract, you will produce services or products, how you will attract customers, how you will sell to customers, how you will service the customers after they have bought, how you attract the customers again. That's your business model generation. Now, your budget is how much you are making, how much you are going to spend, on what you are going to spend, and from what sources. Because some of us, we have more than one income source, income stream. So that's why we always talk about multiple stream of income. You must have to be very comfortable in today's economy. You must have a minimum of 4 sources of income. Even if it's one business, you must have minimum of 4 sources of income. One source of income is going to mess you up. So either you have 4 products, or you have 4 businesses, or you have 4 services, or in that one business or one product, you have diverse areas there. For example, I wrote a book in 2008. The total amount I sold of that book, that I sold the book for, was probably about maybe 1 million. But that book generated about 8 million. I wrote a manuscript of a book. I have not published it till today, in 2016. That book has generated more than 80 million. Just one book. So those are the things that we are saying. So you need to understand the different streams of income that you have. So you can have a book, you sell the book, you go and give lectures on the book, you turn the book to training manual. You can even turn the book to audio book. You can turn the book to audio visual. So one book, you have four streams of income coming out of it. Don't ever forget that. Then go prepare a work plan. A work plan. Work means the things you are going to do. Plan means you arrange yourself, the order in which things will happen. So you need to plan how you are going to work. What are you going to do? In my goals for 2023, I already have the days, the time I'm going to wake up every day, what I'm going to do every day at different times of the day. I already know the time I'm going to be seeing clients, the time I'm going to be sleeping, the time I'm going to be reading, the time I'm going to be holding meetings, the time I'm going to be working, the time I'm going to be writing. I have all those things documented as part of my goal and schedules for 2023. You need it. Why? So that you don't get distracted. You don't get distracted. For example, I don't really go out on Mondays. So if you tell me you want me to come and join me on Monday, it has to be very important. Maybe it's going to be involved life. Otherwise, I am busy throughout the year on Mondays. It's not going to be saving life. I don't think I'm going to be interested. Or maybe they're going to give me a breakthrough job or business. Maybe I'm going to come out. Otherwise, Monday is my rest day. I work too hard from Wednesday, in fact, from Tuesday to Sunday night, I work myself around the clock. I don't sleep. So Monday is my rest day. It's part of my work plan. So your work plan includes your rest period. Okay? The second thing is this, after preparation, is to position. Position yourself. What does it mean to position? Place yourself in a location where you can be seen. That's what it means. Position. I'm already positioning myself. You can see me. This is my position now. You can see me properly. Now, are you seeing my face? Is everybody seeing my face?
No, sir.
Oh.
No, sir.
Good, because that means I'm no longer well positioned for you to see me.
No, sir.
So positioning means you are where people can see you, not just anybody, people who you need to fulfill your dream. Are you a husband? Position yourself that your wife can see you every day and fall in love with you every day. Are you a wife? Place yourself, stand in a place, dress in a way that your husband will be running after you every day as he has just married you. That's positioning. Position yourself as a solution provider. So when people see you, they know you can provide solutions to a particular problem and let them know the problem you can solve. That's positioning. So by the time I'm off the radar, you can't see me. Because you have no well positioned. So learn to position yourself properly. And how do we position ourselves? Locate yourself where your customers, your helpers can see you. Locate yourself where God can see you, where you can attract favor. Dress in a way where people can pay attention to you. Speak in a way that people will know that somebody is speaking. Positioning. I always say, when they say, what is your name? They say, my name is Wale. I say, what is that? Announce your name properly. My name is Wale Adeduro. You must pronounce your name with joy. Some time ago, we taught some people in our session about the 2-minute elevation pitch. My name is Wale Adeduro. I'm a maximizer. I help people to solve their problem concerning waste and help them to get results in ministry, in business, in marriage, and in career, and in their finances. I have 3 PhDs. If you need me to maximize your results, call me. I've already introduced myself. But say, who are you? Say, I'm Wale Adeduro. No, that doesn't mean anything. What do you do? I am Wale Adeduro. I sell pap that has ginger, and ginger is good for your nerves. Pap is good for your health. It has low glycemic index, so it does not push diabetes like other carbohydrates. So if you need pap, call me. Pap that has ginger. I've just introduced myself. That's positioning. So someone say, what is your name? You say, my name is Wale Adeduro. Hey, so there are many Wale Adeduro in town. Maybe you are not aware. That's why I get my own Wale Adeduro original. It's not about your name. When somebody say, what is your name? You say, who are you? You are more than your name. So tell the person what you can add to his life and what you can quickly get from the person without telling him. Just tell him what I can offer you. If I offer you, you will give me exchange value. Okay? So how do we go about positioning? Number one, push the envelope through voracious learning and knowledge acquisition. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. I'm clapping for you for spending your time with me on the eve of the new year. Because you are learning, you are acquiring new knowledge. Learn by reading, listening to people who have more knowledge, read books, watch documentaries, read biographies, interview people. If you meet somebody, for example, you meet a man who has been married for, let me say, 40 years. You can ask him, sir, what is the secret of your marriage for 40 years? I've just married for 4 years and I'm having a problem with my own marriage. You are learning. Business, same thing. You see people who have been doing business for 25 years. Some of us have been running it for so long. And we are still in business. Ask us questions. Ask, sir, what is the secret of your staying power? Have you ever had a problem before? How did you solve the problem? Because I'm going through this particular problem. You are learning. Number two, promote yourself beyond your nature through nurture. Don't ever forget this. Promote yourself beyond your nature through nurture. Promote yourself beyond your nature through nurture. What does it mean? I am, for example, an introvert. But I have found that God is always putting me in the places where I have to talk. So I had to go and learn how to be a public speaker. I'm naturally a shy person. So I had to learn how to be social, how to be sociable. I have to learn it. So my nature is as an introvert. I am quiet, I am shy. So I have to nurture it. Nurture means you are training yourself. And that's the first way. Some people say, well, I don't like to be too forward. Excuse me, if you are not forward, you cannot go forward. If you are not forward, you cannot go forward. Position yourself in the front so that you can go forward. Have you seen a goalkeeper who won the Golden Boot in a tournament of football before? Or a defense who won the Golden Boot? No, it's those who are in the forward line or in the midfield. That's the way of life. So you want to be forward or you want to go forward, you must be forward. Position yourself in the forward. So learn to promote yourself beyond your nature. Don't say, my nature is that I don't like going out. Excuse me, you cannot do business without going out. You have to go out. And that goes us to the next one, promote your brand. Promote your brand. What does it mean to promote your brand? You have a brand. First, what do people think when they see you, when they hear your name? That's your brand. What is the appeal that you have? What are the emotions that people have when they hear your name or they see you, or when they see your product or they hear about your product or your company? That is your brand. I have been trying to build my personal brand. When you hear Pastor Wow, Dr. Wow, the first thing that happens to you is that you know that this guy is going to give you knowledge. This guy is going to push you to succeed. That's my brand. This guy does not get tired. You can't say no. No, I don't take no for an answer. This guy stands for excellence. He's restless. That's my brand. This guy is always going to add value to you. This guy is going to help you to maximize your results. He's going to help you to minimize waste. That is the brand I'm communicating. You may not like me, but those are the things that I stand for. So what do you stand for as an individual? What does your business stand for? Those are the things. So promote your brand. One way to promote your brand today is that you must have digital presence. Regardless of your age, you must be on social media, Instagram especially. Instagram especially is the #1 today. You must be on Instagram. Deliberately be on Instagram. If you don't know how to be there, get somebody who knows, pay them a few thousand naira to teach you, not just to help you load your name there, no, to teach you how to manage the page, how to have a profile. Because people are going to be looking for you there. And if you are a businessman or woman or a career person, you must be on LinkedIn. You must be on LinkedIn. You are looking for a job. People no longer employ people by saying, I beg to apply. Put your CV, package your CV on LinkedIn. You are promoting your brand already. Package your CV on LinkedIn. When they are looking for people to employ, they will look for you on LinkedIn. So be on Instagram. And if you're a corporate person, be on LinkedIn. You are looking for a contract, you are looking for a job, or you are looking for an intellectual business, consulting and all that, you must be on LinkedIn. People are going to look for you on LinkedIn. So promote your brand, establish digital presence, minimum. I'm not talking about TikTok. I don't know about those ones. I don't know how they are relevant to your business. But you need to be on something as serious as Instagram and LinkedIn. Facebook is okay for socials, but for business, Instagram and LinkedIn. There are other platforms, but those two must be there. Then, of course, promote your services and products. Whatever you are selling, push them out, let people see them. If you are not forward, you cannot go forward. And if you are not advertising what you have, it's like winking in the dark. There is no light, and you are winking at somebody. If you are the one who knows you are winking, nobody knows that you are winking. So please understand that. Okay? Number 3, the first one is preparation. The second one is positioning. The third one is people. People. Your team members. Have your team members. For 2023, I already have my team members. I spoke to one of them today. I'm going to take him out for lunch on Friday. I want him to be my team member. You know how I got him? I said, sir, I celebrate you. You have been a success story. Choose anywhere in Nigeria. Any day, any time, I will give you lunch and I will pay. I want to honor you. So he chose a big hotel. I'm going to be going there in a few days' time. He chose 12 o'clock. He chose 1 o'clock. I said, okay, I'll be there by 12. They said, no. Let us get there before 11, before 12, so that we can talk. I've achieved my goal. We will talk for 1.5 hours. You eat my food for 30 minutes. But I've achieved my goals. Build your team. The people you need to succeed next year. Look for them, attract them. You don't need to pay. Just launch, and the guy is in my team. Your doctor, your lawyer, your financial advisor, your mentor, your spiritual coach, your success coach, your financial mentor, your marriage. If your marriage is still young, you need a marriage mentor. If your marriage is still young, you need a marriage mentor. You need somebody to help your marriage. So you need all those people in your team. You know those people in your team. Then, of course, you need enablers. Enablers are those who are going to assist you to achieve your goals. They are going to assist you. You know the goals you want. It's like you want to carry 50 tons of cement. You need people to help you to carry it. Those are your enablers. They can be, for today, some of us, we need IT enablers. You need emotional enablers if you have emotional issues. You need enablers, logistic enablers, for example. You have to transfer things or transport things or convey your product from one place to another. You need to look for 1 or 2 courier service person. Register him or with him. Let him know you're interested and you're going to be using him regularly. Have that kind of relationship. It's an enabler. An enabler. My wife sits in Lagos. She sells her products around Nigeria. She imports her products from China. She hasn't traveled to China in the last 2 years, but her businesses are moving because she has people who supplies. She has people who receive at the port. She has people who bring from the port to the house. And she has her own business model that helps her to meet all her customers and potential customers, and they buy, and she knows how to deliver to them across Nigeria. Enablers. Your collaborators. Your collaborators are your partners. They are your partners. Not necessarily business partners, but they can be business partners too. For example, they can be your colleagues, your staff, they are collaborators. Your driver is a collaborator. Your security man is a collaborator. They are collaborators. Recognize them, know their strengths, know their weaknesses, treat them very well, set the rules, let them be disciplined, so that you know that their desire and actions are in line with your own, so that they don't mess you up. There must be goal congruence with you and your collaborators, because they are people that help you to succeed. One dispatch rather can mess everything. One cleaner can destroy everything in your life. You know why? You are supposed to sign a document. You say, this document, I will say, oh, so, okay, I will sign it when I come back to the office in the morning. You put it there. And that's a $100 million document. And you come in the morning, your cleaner has squeezed the paper, put it in the dustbin, and trashed it, and the waste disposal truck has carried the paper away. No, your own is finished. So you need a collaborator that has common sense as a cleaner. If you see paper, don't throw it away. But we know you think it's ordinary paper. It doesn't know that is where your life belongs. Then your suppliers. Everybody needs a supplier. Everybody has a supplier. Whether you're in business or you're not in business, somebody is supplying something to you. You can't buy everything yourself. You can't go everywhere to go and buy everything that you need in life. You need suppliers. You need to know your suppliers, agree with them, agree terms. If you're a businessman, agree terms with your suppliers, negotiate very well, because it is from supplies. That's why for those in production, supply of raw materials that you begin to incur costs. So you need to manage that cost from supply side. Manage your purchasing system. Manage your logistics system. Then your specifiers, the people, you still need them. What are specifiers? They're not just your customers, but they are people who are going to recommend you to people. If somebody is looking for somebody, they say, I know Dr. Wow will do it. Dr. Wow is good. Those are your specifiers. Dr. Wow is a good guy. Oh, I have heard so much about Dr. Wow. I'm going to call him. Those are your specifiers. Then, of course, you need mentors. You need coaches. You need advisors. In this age and time, please hear me well. If you don't have a coach or a mentor or an advisor on your business, on your life, somebody that you sit down with once a month, once in a quarter, once in a year, I don't know how well you are going to succeed. You're going to succeed, but I don't know how far you can go. Because you need somebody who is going to be your sounding board. You need somebody who's going to push you to do it. Somebody told me about a month ago that she was planning to start a business in 2023. Guess what? She has started already. Because I pushed her as a coach. I pushed her. You must start. Introduced her to a lot of places, a lot of people. Because she was listening, I was encouraged to keep introducing her and all that. Now she has started the business. So you need mentors, coaches, and advisors. Now let me share one testimony with you concerning enablers, collaborators, mentors, coaches, and advisors. Just 2 weeks ago, if you are there, you can type in the chat room 2 weeks ago. Just type 2 weeks ago in the chat room. Just type 2 weeks ago. I want to be sure you are there with me. Just type 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I want to check. I want to check. Just type 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. Good. Just keep typing there. Keep typing 2 weeks ago. Keep typing 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. I want more people. We are many. Please go ahead. I want to see 2 weeks ago. Just keep typing. We have 54 here. I would like to have about 52 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, a madam told a security person, a megad, the one we call megad, local security, at home, domestic security, that I don't want you to be too idle. Please keep typing. 2 weeks ago. I want you to start selling something in front of the house so that you don't become too idle, that you're going to be doing evil. So the madam agreed that she will start frying yam in front of the house. This guy is a northerner. I don't know where he's from, but he's a northerner. He speaks Hausa. So after 2 days, the northern guard, the northern security guard, told the madam, sorry, I don't want to sell fried yam again. I want to sell noodles. I want to be cooking and selling noodles in front of your house. I want to be selling noodles in front of your house. So I want to be selling noodles in front of the house. Pastor Wale Ario, we will allow you to talk later. Just hold on, sir. I want to be selling noodles in front of the house. So madam said, noodle? I thought it's yam, we agreed, fried yam. He said, no, madam. So madam gave her 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. That must have been on Monday, last week, 2 weeks. Last week, Monday. Last week, Monday, less than 14 days ago. Madam gave him 10,000 naira. He gave the security guard 10,000 naira. Oh yeah, go and in front of the house. We have put something together, start selling noodles. At the end of the first day, madam asked him, how much did you sell today? The security man, the security guard said, madam, I sold 9,000 naira. So yesterday morning, madam asked the security guard again, how much have you been selling? Let me see your paper, how you have been selling. So the lowest the man has sold from last week, Monday to yesterday morning was 9,000 naira every day. So on the average, he has been making total sales of 9,000 naira every day from an investment of 10,000 naira. You see how collaborators, enablers, and mentors help people's destiny? Madam taught him how to do the business, and he agreed, he listened. Now, that man did not go to primary school, does not know how to write his name. He started business with 10,000 naira on Monday, and by yesterday, Friday, he had been selling every day, minimum of 9,000. There are days he sold 12,000 naira. Reinvesting the money in the business, reinvesting the money. I'm going to tell you something as we go, but don't forget that story, the story of my friend. In 2016, I spent 2 months learning from Adamu how to sell noodles, bread, tea, and egg. His roadside tea hawker. I learned from him for 2 months. And I found out that in 2016, Adamu had been in that business for 12 years in my neighborhood. Adamu was making a minimum of 360,000 naira sales in a month. I asked Adamu, what do you do with your money? He said, I send it home every month. Me, I don't need them. Adamu had no staff. So when I finished undergoing that training, I wanted to start selling noodles on the street. Everybody say, pastor, doctor, daddy, you cannot sell that kind of business, so it's not good. People are going to be making jest of you. Hello, but none of those people gave me 1,000 naira till today. In 2016, 6 years ago, Adamu was making 360,000 naira sales every month. But what did I do? I now started supplying Adamu eggs so that I can make my own money from Adamu. So I was not the one supplying him eggs. I started my egg business with 7,000. In 2 months, my egg business was already worth more than 70,000, and Adamu was my major customer. Why am I explaining this? I'm going to tell you in the next slide. Okay, grace. We have talked about preparation, positioning, people, place. Place. What does place mean? Place is the location of your business, the environment of your business. In today's world, as a business person, it talks about your market ecosystem. Every physical thing surrounding where you do business is your ecosystem. Everything, everyone, everything that operates around your business. And in today's world, understand we are a global village. And the internet is your market square. So your first and biggest ecosystem today as a businessman or woman or career person is internet. It's internet. That's why you must have digital presence on internet. Have a website if you have to have, but minimum Instagram and LinkedIn, you must be there. Whatever you sell, I don't care. Even if you sell pap, you have to be on internet. You have to be on Instagram. Because there are people who will be in Ibadan. If you are listening to me in Lagos, there are people who will be in Port Harcourt who will listen to you and they will buy from you. Some of the people who have attended our courses have come from Australia, UK, US, Canada. These are our courses in the last 1 year. Abroad, they come. Why? Because we are on the internet gateway. So don't ever forget, your major ecosystem is the world, is the global village. And the internet is your market square. It's your market square. Now, the place, understand market realities, micro and macro realities. What are the things happening in the micro environment? They have changed the color of Naira. They have changed Naira notes in Nigeria. There's a minimum you can withdraw from POS, or rather from ATM. The policy is not balanced yet. Excuse me. But don't forget, by this time, sorry, let me take a bit of water. By January 15, 2023, your old Naira notes will expire. So I am telling myself, after Sunday, tomorrow, I will no longer collect old Naira notes. And every old Naira note I have, I will have to take them to the bank or go and spend them. Every cash that I have, that is old Naira note. And if you're like me, that keeps money everywhere, you better go and look for the money everywhere and go and cash them out. Because that is the reality. You may end up having money that you can no longer spend. But the reality more is that money is going to be, hear this, high supply from January 15. Cash is going to be in high supply in the market again. Why? Politicians are going to be sharing money. There'll be so much money, so there'll be more inflation. There'll be more inflation in January before election. That is the reality. So now, if free money is going to be coming out, some people are going to be spending them. You remember what happened during primaries? Some people collected money after primaries, they went to buy a car. So if you're doing a business and you know a bit of a group of people are politicians, grassroots politicians, all these local politicians who are always attending ward meetings and going everywhere, ask them what they need, because they are going to have excess money by the end of January. And design how you are going to trap the money. That's what we're talking about, your business model generation, your business strategy. So that is the reality of our market, of our business. The reality of the market environment today is that things are 4 times more expensive than we started early the year. Petrol is expensive, so everything is going to be more expensive. So we have to learn to cut cost of your business. And it's important for you to know that whatever is happening in Nigeria is happening in Europe. It's happening in America. The house that my wife and I lived in, that we rented in America in 2016, before we left America, was $1,200 per month. That same house is going for about $3,500 per month now. That's how expensive things are. Petrol, what they call gas in America, is now 3 times more expensive than it was before COVID. That's the macro. So what is happening in the micro system around us is happening at large, also everywhere. There is still COVID in China. So, God forbid, COVID may spread around the world again. So prepare your mind. Market intelligence and trends, on trends. Market intelligence on trends. I want to spend some time on this for you. Market intelligence on trends. See, believe me, the businesses that will do very well next year are the businesses that look unorganized. The unorganized businesses, they will do better. And I'll give you an example. Insurance Commission has already approved increase in cost of insurance premium nationwide. Cost of fuel has increased. Electricity people, they are increasing their tariffs. So everything is going to be about 4 times more expensive by March. So if you're running a business, your cost of doing business is going to be 4 times expensive. Are you going to be able to run and add, adjust your price, increase your price 4 times what you have today? You are selling for 100 naira. Can you sell for 400 naira in the next 4 weeks, 4 months, or 3 months? That's the question. So the basic thing for me about market intelligence on trends is this: the businesses in the unorganized market, the SMEs, the Adamus of this world, those who sell noodles on the side, those who sell akara on the side, my brothers from the East who are already frying puff-puff, doing donuts on the street, they are going to make more money than you and I. Because they don't have any cost. Their overhead cost is zero. Their overhead cost is zero. They don't pay all the things that you will pay. They will not pay fire brigade. They will not pay LASA for signboard. They will not pay local government for radio license. They will not pay all those things. So next year, if it is possible, those of you who have big signboards, remove your signboard. Market intelligence. Because you're going to pay more for all those things. So the businesses that are not so organized in appearance are going to make more money, more margins. So you can decide to still be playing big, but also learn to play small. And that's why some big companies, they have products that don't carry their brand name in the mass market. So what am I saying? The people in the mass market are going to make more money on the streets. So the street business is going to sell more in 2023. The street businessman is going to sell more. I am seeing my brother here, Visual Diamond Production. You have to be 3 times more hardworking next year, because that guy who carries his second-hand camera and attends every event in Lagos from Monday to Sunday, and he prints card that he's a journalist, he's impersonating. He's going to make more money, because every day he's making income without a shop, without staff. He attends conferences, weddings, webinars, exhibitions, trade fair, everywhere. He has the details everywhere. He's following every event in Lagos. He's carrying his camera everywhere. And his quality is poor. He takes me photographs, wait and get, poor quality. He will beg me, I will give him, I will pay him. He does that every day. Now, I'm not saying Visual Diamond should go to the street like that, but he must be on the street. Design how you're going to be on the street. I'll give you an example. Many years ago, I've mentioned this before, Picnic, Wamco, that was their name those days. They were the producers of Picnic. They were producing the tin milk and the powdered milk in tin also, in can. Then cowbell people came. They started producing sachet, 5 naira sachet. Cowbell people say, Picnic people say, yeah. How can you be selling milk inside sachet? abomination. They started selling their cowbell everywhere in Nigeria. Before you know it, cowbell now has sachet. Sorry, the Wamco picnic now has sachet. What am I saying? We are going to have to leave our high horses, our air conditioned offices to go and compete with big guys on the street. Because the guys on the street are going to be cleaned up. Their margins are low. Rather, their margins are high, but their cost is low. So whatever you are doing, think of how you are going to begin to move your business to the street. You're still going to be in your good office, your fine air-conditioned office, but how are you going to be on the street? Think about that. Market players, who are the market players? Where are you going to be meeting them? Will you want to be a market player? What are they doing? You must understand. Market movers, who are people moving the market? You must be among those moving the market. And what does it mean to move the market? It does not mean the people at the top. There are some people who are market makers. They are the ones who move the market. Whatever they say is what the market does. Try and look for them around you. They will tell you there are some people who they are like what you call marketing strategists. They don't do any business, but they know what happens in the market. And they know where the market is going. Look for the market mover in your industry. You will find them. Whether you're into pastries, you're into confectionaries, you're into fashion, there are market movers. I mean, fashion, for example, there are people who determine the fashion, the designs that women wear, especially, even that men wear. There are some movers like that today. Then there are market dominators. You want to be a market dominator? If you want to be, then you must understand it. The market share. What is the total market size of the business you are doing? You can get that information if you do your research. If you attend my coaching, my private coaching, I can show you all those. You must know the market share. So what percentage of the market share do you want to take? What is the size of the market, financially speaking? It can be 1 billion. You don't need 1 billion. Maybe you just need 100 million. Maybe all you need is just 10 million. So ask yourself, am I going to get the 10 million out of this? I'm not chasing the big people. I just want small money. That's all. That's all I want. Understand the market share. But more importantly, to do business and succeed, you need to understand the market gaps. And that is very important. Market gaps. Gaps, G-A-P-S. What are the things that the people in the market today are not doing that you can do? What are the things the people in the market today are not doing well that you can do? What are the complaints of the customers in the business you are doing or you want to do? How can you solve those problems? What are the problems they are complaining about? How do you solve those problems? Those are the things. When I came into consulting, everybody was doing leadership. Nobody was talking about how the step-by-step process to succeed. Everybody was talking about leadership. I said, no, I want to talk about the hard one. Productivity is hard. So I went to do a master's program and a PhD program to learn productivity. And today, a lot of people are doing leadership. Pastor Wow, Dr. Wow is doing productivity. So if I'm going to talk leadership, I'm going to be talking about leadership productivity. That's what I'm going to be talking about. And mentorship. So understand the gap and fill the gap. I saw a gap that everybody was talking about leadership, was talking about how to. They were motivating. But after motivation, people don't know how to go into the details. So I came into the details. So understand the gaps. That is where you can do business and make money. And there are still many gaps. It could be in the supply chain. It can be in the product offering. It can be in the size. It can be in the presentation. It can be in the pricing. It can be in the flexibility. It can be in the location or distance. It can be in the quality. It can be in the service, a customer service. It can be in the after-sales service. But there must always be a gap. So you need to do your research to know that gap. If you know the gap, close the gap, you are doing very well. So we have talked about preparation, positioning. We have talked about the other one we talk about just now, the people.
Talk about people.
Now we're talking about parity. Parity, parity, parity. In 2023, you must focus on what is important to you. And how do you do that? Know what is important to you. Know your vision, clarify your vision, what is important in your vision, you can only know that by answering the question, why am I doing this? Your purpose. The answer to why am I doing this is your purpose. When you know your purpose, you know what you should focus on first, and that is priority. Priority begins with purpose. Know your purpose. Why are you doing this? Why must you do it at this time? Why do you want to do it in 2023? That is your purpose. Then what are the projects at hand? So you put them in order of preference, in order of importance, in order of how you have decided to achieve them. The one for January, the one for March, April, May, June, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. So you know the energy you need to put into each of them. Then probity, integrity. You must have integrity. Say what you mean what you say. Don't tell lies. Don't cheat people. Be honest with your customers. Be honest with yourself. What you don't know, you don't know. Do collaborations. You need to have collaborations with people. And Pareto principle. Pareto principle says, whatever we do on earth, only 20% of our efforts give us 80% of the results. Only 20% of our efforts give us 80% of the results. So when you are focusing 80% of your energy and you're getting 20%, you are failing. What is that thing I will put 20% of my efforts that will give me 80% of my results? That's what people like us are doing at this point. That's why we can do many things at the same time, because we understand what we can do, what we cannot do, we delegate to other people to do them. You have to be secure to hand over things you don't do, or you can't do well, to those who can do them well. And you have to encourage them as they do it well for you. But understand the Pareto principle, because the many things that you do will take away the most important thing that you need. Whereas there are very few important things that you must do to get the many results that you need to achieve. Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule is important. So 20% of your effort must generate 80% of your result. That's success. Otherwise, if you reverse it, there's failure. So concentrate. And that is why we're talking about priority. Focus. Products. Business and life is about service. It's about meeting needs, solving problems, whether through service. I'm a pastor. I solve problems by offering spiritual service, spiritual counsel, help, guidance, prayer. I'm a businessman. I offer products that help people to solve their business problem of waste, problem of failure, problem of not reaching your result, achieving your results. I have products, books, templates, strategies that I have. So you need to have products. And what you mean about products, things that you offer people and it will solve their problems, they will pay in exchange for it. If you are in charity, not for profit, like us who are pastors, we don't get paid for the services. But some people will say, I appreciate what you have done. And they will come in future to say, thank you. But God also still pays us by giving us opportunity to do business and make more money in business. And we in turn reinvest in church work. So products, you must have conceptualization. You have to conceive the idea of the product, design it, develop the product, do presentation and packaging, market it, then reinvent the product at some point. After a while, you reinvent the product. The book I wrote in 2008, I sold less than 1 million naira copies in copies, but I made over 5 million on over 7 million on it. Next year, I'm repackaging that book. I'm reinventing the book to sell again. That's reinventing. It's a product. The people who read it in 2008, 13 years ago, I probably have forgotten. And those who were teenagers those days, they have now become big boys. So they need my book again. So I'm going to sell to them next year. Reinvention. Process. Everything must go through process. So there are patterns and templates. Patterns, what are the things that you have decided to do You list them. There's a template. What you do, day one, day two. Like I talk about work plan, but there are going to be a pattern of what you're going to do, which we call, like you have a strategy, then you have systems in place. Your human resources system, sales system, purchasing system, production system, a marketing system, customer service. You must have system for all the things you do. And of course, you have structures that hold them together. The structure will be, number one, your integrity. Your finances may also be a structure. The people are part of your structure. You must have those things in place. Then perseverance, perseverance, perseverance. Believe me, every businessman or woman in every year gets to a point that he or she gets frustrated. It's normal. It's natural. It's part of the business process. Frustration will come. Disappointment will come. Why? Number one, things at times are 3 times more expensive than you planned them to be. Number two, things at times take 3 to 4 times longer to mature or come to pass than you envisage. Those 2 things can frustrate. And at times, things don't turn out the way we plan at all. And that's why you need perseverance. You need to persevere. What does perseverance entail? Learn to know how to endure. You may have support system, your family members, your friends, positive-minded. Not those who are going to be accusing you like Job's friends. People are going to encourage you that you are not a failure. We know we can do it. Let's go again. You must learn to endure pain. Don't get broken. If you fall to the ground, don't melt into the earth. Don't forget, if you fall into the ground, don't melt into the earth. If you fall to the ground, don't melt to the earth. Don't melt. Resilience. When you hit the wall, develop the stamina to bounce back. Let there be a spring inside of you. When you hit the wall, you bounce back. Don't stay down. When you go down, refuse to stay down. That is resilience. We don't have to come back. And that's where stamina comes. Stamina is about grit, inner strength, physical energy. That's why you must take care of yourself. Exercise, walk, trek, 1 hour at least, 4 times a week. Trek. Do brisk trekking, 1 hour at least, 4 times a week. If you can't do 4 times a week, do 3 times a week. 1 hour is good for your health. You need physical energy, you need strength, and you need inner strength, inner strength, grit, so that you don't fall, you don't shake too much when things shake you. And of course, you need patience. Nobody becomes a billionaire in the real sense of the word. Nobody becomes a billionaire in the real sense of the word in less than 20 years to 30 years of hard work, consistent hard work. Nobody. So you need patience. And of course, productivity. How do you achieve productivity at the end of the day? Be focused, pay attention to details, let procrastination die. Whatever you can do today, don't do tomorrow. Do it today. It may cost you 1 hour more before you sleep. It may cost you more energy. It may cost you your sleep. It may give you slight headache, but just spend 1 more hour. 1 more hour. You don't have to procrastinate. Do that thing. Eat the frog. Don't delay. Just eat the frog. Don't wait till tomorrow. Then identify your assets. What are your assets? Your human assets, especially. Your human assets. The things that if everything is down, you still hold. My first major asset is my wife and my children. Your family is your first asset. Very strong asset. God is also your asset. Your relationship with God is a major asset. It's a major asset. Then, like I said earlier, invest in some assets for your business. They may be small, but invest in some assets in your business, because that is all that your business has at the end of the day when all the cash is gone. Optimize available resources. The people, the things around you, use them to the best of your ability. Exploit them to get results for good. Don't cheat anybody or anything. If you are using a machine, service it. If you are using people, encourage them. Give them handshake once in a while. Tell them thank you. If you are paying them, it doesn't matter. Still tell them thank you verbally. Treat people well, because those are your resources. Those are your assets. And of course, avoid overtrading and unnecessary borrowings. Don't overtrade. A lot of people overtrade. Overtrade means you keep, because you have access to money, you keep pumping money into a business that cannot grow. It's like feeding a dwarf. You want him to be tall, like Dr. Wow, to become 6 feet in height. Whatever you feed the dwarf, he can never be tall. I told you story of Osondu when Osondu in 1985 under 17 Nigerians, they won football World Cup under 17. So a club in Europe bought Osondu. They thought it was a 16-year-old boy, so they bought him. They didn't know he was already above 24. So they bought him. They were feeding. The one they were feeding him was just becoming fat. You wanted him to grow tall. He couldn't grow tall. So don't overtrade. Avoid unnecessary borrowing. Borrowing is not just money. Don't borrow ideas that you cannot trust. Don't take counsels that you don't understand. It's part of borrowing. You are going to pay back, and the payback is always more than what you borrowed. Money, don't take money that you don't need. Any money that your business cannot generate back, don't take it. And if you borrow money, please, when you make money based on what you borrowed, pay back money. Don't use it to finance lifestyle. And please, don't borrow ideas that you don't need. Don't borrow ideas you don't understand. Always double check, because it can be very costly. Yes, I remember the name. It was Steve Jobs I was trying to talk about. Steve Jobs was the one that went to the Indian temple and recommended Indian temple to Mark Zuckerberg. Steve Jobs. It was Steve Jobs. When they were going to start Apple, they went to the Chinese Indian temple to pray for many weeks. So when Mark Zuckerberg's company business was going down too, he recommended it to Mark Zuckerberg. So Mark Zuckerberg went to Indian temple also to pray for many weeks. Go on the internet, just Google Steve Jobs and Indian temple, or Google Mark Zuckerberg and Indian temple. You'll find it there. So let nobody deceive you that you don't need prayer. You don't need prayer to succeed. Just work hard. Just work hard. It's not true. You need prayer. Unbelievers, they pray. They use betu. They use charms, amulets. They leak some things in business world. We have seen it before. They use amulet. Yeah? They do incantation. So if you're a child of God, if you're a Christian, you need to be spiritually filled. Speak in tongues. Pray very well fast for your business. I remember now, it was Steve Jobs. They went to the Indian temple. So the spirituality, learn to pray about your business. That's what I'm trying to say. And I've said before, 56% of billionaires in the world are Christians. Regularly assess your performance vis-a-vis your goals and budgets. Every month end, check your goals and your performance. Are you meeting them? Check your budget. Are you spending more than you are earning, or you say you will make, or are you making more than you say you will make? Check. It's very important. Always do assessment. And if you do assessment and you think that there's a problem, do what I always talk about, what I call mid-course correction, mid-course correction. In the middle of the way, adjust. In the middle of the way, adjust. Adjust. I had to adjust from being, and when COVID came, we had to adjust to becoming online, whatever. Now I'm going next year. into something very major in my business. It's my business model. I've tweaked it. I don't want to be running around too much. I'm getting old. I want to be focused. So I'm going to be doing more online businesses and training. I'm setting up an online university system. So all these courses, you won't see me again. You'll just pay. You just pay. You book and you enjoy the course. You do your test and exam. You pass. We assess you. You get your certificate. Everybody is happy. And I'm sleeping at home when you are doing the course in the night. I'm changing my model. So understand those things. You can also change your model. And finally, as we close, praise, 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 praise. Learn to praise. Praise talks about appreciation. Appreciate God for keeping you alive, for giving you the power to get wealth. Appreciate yourself for thinking of doing business or doing career. Appreciate your teammates, your boss. Once in a month, you do a note of thank you to your boss. I thank you for all I'm learning from you. Though at times it's been very tough, but I'm learning. Thank you, sir. Your boss is not your, leadership is not a popularity game. So your leader is not supposed to be making you happy every day. If your leader is not making you happy, he's a foolish leader. He's deceiving you. You must bruise your ego once in a while so that you will learn to improve. So despite all the things that you have gone through that you don't like, still appreciate it because you are learning. When I was, I think I was marketing manager in Muson Center. There were days I cried. I wept like a baby because I was dealing with people at the top. I wept like a baby. When I became GM, I wept more than 4 times because I would write memo. Different people, they will now carry biro. One will carry green, be correcting my English. And I've been writing for Guardian newspaper since 1985. I now came now in 1996. People were now correcting my English. I was feeling dehumanized with green biro, another one green, yellow, red pen, because the 4 of them were former president of ICANN. They use red pen. They'll be correcting my English. Another madam was the first female permanent secretary in Nigeria. Correct my English with green paper, a letter, a pen. I'll be crying. See, I just say I don't know how to speak English, write English again. Means that I'll be writing so. But my head became correct. I realized that all these people, they are British trained. Me, I was Lagos trained. I was Ibadan and Lagos, Ondo, Lagos, and Ibadan trained. These people are all British trained people. All of them. Oh, I had to borrow myself brain. I started learning from them. So I now started, one of them, the madam, I had to go to her. That madam, I was in my 30s. Madam was already above 6. I said, mommy, what can I do? You people are always criticizing what I write. So she said, you must learn to write according to everybody you are writing to. Understand the language of everybody. I said, how can I do that? So she taught me. He said, pick what they have written. Read it 50 times. How many times? 50. Just one thing they have written. Read it 50 times. You'll be able to think the way I'm thinking. So when I want to write memo to one person, I will write his own language. This one, if I want to now write general, she taught me how to write general standard English. Very formal. That one, nobody can. So the first time I practiced it with Mr. Akintola Williams, the Doyen accountant in Africa. It was a big Baba Chada accountant that always marking my mark, whatever I read. So the first day I practiced what the mama taught me. I typed the memo, I sent it to him, and I now put a note there. I said, Daddy. No, he doesn't like Daddy. He like Mr. Akintola Williams. He doesn't like you call him Daddy. I said, Mr. Akintola Williams, I hope you will not find any reason to correct my English today. I was so confident. So I sent it to him. And he didn't correct anything. So when he came, he said, how did you learn to write the way I like? I told him, I said, Mrs. So taught me. He said, you are learning, you are going to go places. And I'm going places already. What am I saying? Learn from your leaders, from your bosses, from people around you, and learn to appreciate them. This is a good time to appreciate people. Last day of the year, send a note to people who have helped you in the year. One idea, one thing, just say, I thank you for what you have done for me. Don't do a general post. Make a personal composition. Just say, I want to say thank you for what you have done. Be specific in one area that I've learned from you. I've learned so many things from different people in life. Appreciate them. Then, of course, appreciate your customers, your clients, appreciate them. And this will include doing it weekly or monthly or annually. Their birthdays, their wedding anniversaries. If possible, take it to their children. If you know the birthdays of their children, congratulate on the birthday of their children. Because every time a child is celebrating birthday, it is the mother that is celebrating life. The process of delivering baby is a matter of life and death. So whenever I celebrate a birthday, my mother is celebrating life. Don't ever forget. Then, of course, appreciate your enablers. All those people who have helped you. They are not your staff, they are not your colleagues, but at one point in order, they have recommended you, they have supported you, they are giving one idea that works. If at times they didn't give you the idea, they just said something and you picked it and it worked. Appreciate them. That's why we are stopping. So it's been good, it's been awesome. Pastor Ariyo, are you still there? I saw your hand up the other time. Are you still there?
That I'm okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, question answered
okay,
now?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any question or comment? Any other question or comment? Are you in the chat box? Anybody? Any question in the... Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. If you fall to the ground, don't melt to the ground into the earth. Don't melt into the earth. The earth is below the ground. You can fall to the ground, but don't melt to the earth. So don't play silly. Don't go too low. Don't go lower beyond the ground. That's what it means. Don't disappear. Don't allow your personality to disappear. Don't allow your person to go. Don't allow the world to crush you. I've been down several times, but I refuse to be crushed. You also must learn. You must learn. There was a time that I went through some challenges in life. Any question or comment as we try to bring this to an end?